NAFTA is an agreement that establishes rules on trade in goods and services between Canada, USA, and Mexico. For an objective evaluation of these purposes and find out which of the expectations were met, we should start by putting things in context and review the results in contrast to the actual goals of the agreement. First, the goal was set in economic growth for all of the three parties, and the reality shows that there has only been an era of economic stability for Mexico, not growth. Among the key trade policy is necessary to ensure that domestic products are going to get better conditions in the international market. Yet, there is a regional inequality that hampers fair competition. Since the attack of September 11 in the United States, a new dimension to NAFTA was added, for the same openness that promotes economic integration has become a source of insecurity. Thus, to the extent that economic borders have been largely dismantled under the idea of free trade, border security has become a sensitive issue. Therefore, the U.S. authorities have launched a series of security measures in the northern and southern borders of the United States. As a result, transaction costs have been increased from Canada and Mexico to enter the U.S. The factor that is inquiring the trade agenda, as being said, are the security issues, rather than custom issues. Therefore, the barrier for safety of the U.S. that blocks foreign transportation, even if it is a way to strengthen the U.S., is perceived as a weakness for regional cohesion, and questions to what extent the parties are serving their compromises. Expectations were that NAFTA treaty will exercise force nationwide. In reality, it takes effect only at the federal level, and therefore the influence it could have on the country as it leaves the decision to the states on their implementation is reduced, on the justification of its political system, which mitigates the chances of a real development of the Mexican and Canadian trade in the U.S. market, and at the end can only be translated as another protectionist strategy while contrarily seeking free trade in the region. The magnitude of a U.S. economic project cannot be limited to foreign exchange transactions, as due to the nature of an international treaty such as NAFTA and to occurring various issues of social and policy developments. That's why it cannot ignore the need to reopen the talks to include issues such as ecology, safety, but especially the immigration matter. After the so-called commercial success, NAFTA should seek to cover beyond the economy, such as migration and development policies. NAFTA partners should work together to capitalize on the opportunities that the next decades will provide for the joint exports. As for Mexico, since it's a developing country, it needs to increase the competitiveness of its industrial and agricultural sectors before exposure in the international arena. Today, regional integration requires new measures. Participation in these negotiations is important as it shows the confidence of the region in their own competitiveness to express an offensive trade agenda with Asia and Europe. For example, in education, North America has the best system of higher education in the world, and in a much better attractive demographic profile than Europe or Asia. The best way to leverage these assets is to promote educational exchange. For border crossing, developing an ambitious program to increase the number of crossings and recognize that it can help to reduce corruption and crime at the border. Thank you for taking the time to watch my project, and please don't hesitate to write a comment.